Hello everyone, I am cryptorenzi and this is your channel for Apex, Bitcoin, and crypto news. Welcome back everyone, and if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this channel. I am producing some of the highest quality alpha out there for you. We are changing lives, reporting on massive news, and I'm going to be here for you every step of the way. In this video, we want to discuss what's going on with Ethereum. Where's this massive pump coming from? All the details you need to know and more. Let's jump in. Well, in case you were wondering, my last video, I talked about how Ethereum has seemed to have lost its luster. It has just kind of been tailing off, decoupling from Bitcoin and just not doing what it used to do. Well, all that has recently changed. Everybody's back on the bandwagon for Ethereum because the man, the myth, the legend, Blackrock CEO Larry Fink has now just applied for an Ethereum spot ETF, which is going to just change and revolutionize everything again for ETH. This is basically what caused the massive pump, but we're going to dig deeper. So yes, they have filed for the Ethereum ETF. BlackRock wants to create an ETF that holds Ethereum's Ether, a plan that deepens the world's largest asset manager's commitment to cryptocurrencies, which is very important. Remember, less than 10% of the world still even knows what Bitcoin is. But that is rapidly changing. Following the news, ETH's price surged to its highest level of the day, near $2,100, up about 3% just before the filing came out. Now, if you remember, I mentioned earlier, it has lost its luster. It still kind of has been stagnant for the last few days, up until obviously this news. And you can see from the next line, it later gave back about half of that gain, though it remains up about 9% versus 24 hours earlier. So yes, Ethereum has now gotten very bullish on my radar. I've always held Ethereum in full disclosure, and I was starting to shave off some of the position, but remember, everything I shaved off went right into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the end-all be-all, but Ethereum has always been a nice mover. It, like I said, seemed to have lost its luster and decoupled, but now we got the news we needed to just continue to DCA into ETH and continue to add to that position. Because wow, with another ETF around the corner, and who knows, the ETH ETF could even get approved before the Bitcoin one. You just never know. Because Bitcoin is just going to be this unbelievable, just think of this massive rocket that's going to take off and just truly leave everything behind over time. But there's a lot of people that feel Ethereum could do that as well. As I told you in my last video, Ethereum still has a lot of problems they need to work out. The gas fees are still too high. It's taken years for them to come down. And honestly, they still haven't come down. Ever since they moved from proof of work to proof of stake, a lot of these problems have seemed to become stagnant rather than getting rectified and looked into. But again, put all that aside for now. You have to always follow the news. And you always, more importantly, have to follow the money. And the money is indeed following Larry Fink and BlackRock. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the ETH chart. All right, and this is what I was referring to. Look at this massive candle that popped yesterday. I mean, unbelievable. As soon as the news broke, boom. I mean, literally, what, almost a $250 pump, just instantaneously. Yeah, this stuff happens and it happens quickly. This is why I talk about the power of DCA. You want to continue to DCA in the positions you have conviction in. And remember, even if you lose some conviction along the way, sell, get your profit, roll it into Bitcoin. It's a win-win situation. You truly can't lose with that strategy. Very, very nice what I'm seeing here. And there's another chart I want to show you. I've been doing some deeper research on this, and this is the ETH to Bitcoin chart. And this is rather interesting what I've been looking at here. So if you look at the divergence here, there's a wedge pattern forming. And for those of you that don't know, wedge patterns are extremely bullish. And this, I mean, just look how it has butted up against the line here, right? This is unbelievable, the resistance, how it's just butted up here all the way through. And if ETH could manage to break through here, this could be unbelievably bullish for ETH as well. There's multiple factors here I'm still looking at. And like I said, ETH has definitely lost some of its luster, but thanks to Larry Fink, he's pretty much waved his magic wand, and that seems to have caused it, for the most part, to go away. Because if Larry Fink's putting his money into it, Again, he obviously knows what's coming next, and he's truly starting to believe in crypto. It's so amazing to see what's happening here. This is definitely a chart you want to keep an eye on, and let's see if ETH can break through this wedge. You know, it's so interesting. I've been always telling you to follow the money. And Larry Fink spoke not that long ago with the New York Times on an interview. It was at the summit meeting. And he said some powerful remarks towards cryptocurrency, the future of what he sees, tokenomics, and so many more things. And I'm going to bring you a small clip of that so you can just hear the man, the myth, the legend, the person who truly controls more money and more assets than anyone on this planet. Even if you're on the fence, I know most of you watching my channel are super smart. You're already bullish on Bitcoin and you already know what you're doing. But in case you're new here, or in case you're on the fence, this is a video you need to listen to. Hear what this man has to say about cryptocurrency.
So the whole foundation of what crypto is, it's supposed to be a distributed ledger that is across the system. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities.
Wow. What a powerful statement from a brilliant man. When he speaks, people listen, or at least people who care about their money. And you heard what he said even about bonds, right? How the bond market is changing. Those of you who have been watching my channel or know me personally know I'm not a huge fan of bonds. Bonds is a place to just park your money if you want it to just die off. That's changing. He said it himself, that's changing, because he controls such high net worth individuals. And typically the way it works is as you get older in age, you move your assets over to bonds. There's this ratio you follow. It's more for a protection play. But that play doesn't work anymore like it used to. Basically because our inflation is just eating away everything you park into any kind of savings or bond. Well, that's where cryptocurrency steps in. And yes, cryptocurrency is extremely volatile, but the ETF and what Larry Fink is trying to set up is going to help and solve a lot of these problems. There's a lot of investors who don't want to have a wallet, who don't want to self-custody. Even though I think it's a bad move on their part, a lot of people want things simplified and they want simplicity in their life. But remember, you're going to be paying fees with these ETFs. Again, if you have hundreds of millions of dollars, you don't really care about that, right? But why don't you control what you can control? Get self-custody for yourself. Get you a good cold storage wallet like the Tangem wallet. In case you haven't seen that video, go ahead and click here for that video. Wonderful wallet, simple to use, easiest wallet I've ever used and set up. I mean, this is perfect for beginners, perfect for experts, perfect for anyone in between. But learn about self-custody. This is super important. I don't find enough people talk about this. Everybody's talking about how Bitcoin's about to blow up. Everybody's talking about how altcoins are going to skyrocket and what's the next altcoin and how can we turn into millionaires and all this stuff. Again, stay tuned. We're going to cover and go over everything. But again, none of that matters if you don't self-custody and you don't have control of your keys and your assets and your crypto. None of that other stuff matters. So on this channel, we're going to do it right. We're going to make sure I give you all the tools so you can be fully set up for success. And then the rest is up to you. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for staying till the end. I do appreciate every single person that watches this channel. And remember, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. Live every day to the fullest. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.